All right, so now what we're going to do is draw the angled roof that goes over this first floor. Now we're going to follow the same angle. We're going to use a 312, but we could essentially use any angle you'd like. But the first step of this is going to be to actually just draw the correct angle. Afterwards, we're going to create a profile and then extrude it along. And then we'll go ahead and infill any parts of the wall that need to be infilled. So what I'm going to do, this will actually be best if we go to one of our orthographic views. Let's go over here, okay? What I'm going to do is, I'm probably not going to model anything in here. I just need it for reference. We're going to go up 3 inches. I take that back. We are going to go here. We're going to go up 3 inches because we're going with the 312 roof. So we'll go 3 inches. Make sure that orthographic is turned on. And then we're going to go out 12 inches. Okay. And this connection, notice that I stopped the line because I want this line to be separate. If I continued, then it'll be one kind of one continuous loop. And I wanted an individual line. So I'm just going to come back over here. Just make sure that I grab the right endpoint. So I'm going to go in the perspective mode for this. So I'll go ahead and click there and there. Okay. Now technically I can go ahead and delete this because now I have the angle. And I'm going to extend the line up to this wall. I'll hit enter and then I'll click on the line. And now that line got extended. I need to do the same thing over here, but I need to draw a line first. So I'm going to draw a line that is going to start at this point, and then I'm just going to go straight down. You know what? I'm afraid that, let's go inside there. I'm afraid that I'm accidentally going to select, a point that's a lot farther down. So I'm going to come in here just so that I could really make sure that this line is in fact straight. So I'll go ahead and move this, select that, create that line. I'm going to move this out in that direction to right there. And then I'll go ahead and move this 2 feet from there. So we'll go ahead and minus 24 inches. There we go. The reason why I moved it from the inside part of the wall to the outside part of the wall is because I want to overhang 2 feet, but it's from the outside of the wall, right? Now I could do the math. I could come inside here and I already forgot how thick my walls are. 6 inches. So I could have taken that line and then just moved this line out 2 feet 6 inches, and it would have been the same thing, right? Okay, but now we're going to go ahead and extend this line out. So I'm going to use the extend command, hit enter. I'm going to select this line first, enter, then select this line. Okay. And now we have our angle here. So now the thickness of my wall is 12 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and offset this 12 inches, which is already set to 1 foot, but I'll just go ahead and type it just for fun. And I'm going to click there, and now it's going to offset. Okay. Now you'll notice here that because of this offset, this top line is not touching the wall anymore. So I need to extend this again. Extend. I'll go ahead and select the wall. Actually, no, let's do it right. Let's come over here. Extend the wall, or sorry, extend the line. So again, select boundary object or enter extension length. I'll just click there, hit the space bar, click, oops, the top line. And you can see that extended. So I'll hit enter. Okay. And now up here, this line isn't touching. If they are touching, right? Like if you find yourself, depending on the line that you drew, if they are touching, then you could go ahead and just trim all of this up. But since they're not touching, I could use the tool, the command fillet, right? Set the radius to 0, click and click. And let's actually do that right here as well. So I'll hit the space bar again so I could do another fillet, and I'll click and click. Okay. And now I have these 3 lines. I'm missing 1 line over here. So I'll go ahead and just use the line tool. And I'm going to draw from that endpoint to that endpoint, hit the space bar. Great, so now we have the profile. So I could select these lines, holding down the Shift key to select all of these. And I'm going to use the join command. So I'll go ahead and join all of these. Okay. And now from here, I could essentially extrude curve and cover this. However, right now I'm on the inside of the wall. So at the very least, I need to be on the outside of the wall. So I'll use the move tool. But I also want that overhang, right? So I want a 2-foot overhang. I already figured out that the wall thickness is 6 inches. So let's just go ahead and move this 2 feet 6 inches. Okay. And there we have that profile. Now I can select it and extrude curve and come all the way over here. The problem is I don't really know what the entire length is, first of all, plus 2 feet. So I'm not actually sure where that needs to end. So I'm going to go ahead and just end it right here at this wall. And since we now have experience with extrude surface, I'm going to extrude surface. And I'm going to extrude this surface. I'm going to go ahead and click on that surface, spacebar, and I'm going to go out 2 feet. And now it's overhanging 2 feet. Now, I don't really like the fact that this is actually 2 separate massings. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key and select both of them. And then I'm going to union them. And that's going to kind of fuse them together, right? It also deleted the line. Let me go ahead. Let me cover that really quick. We'll go ahead and use the Boolean union. Actually, if it doesn't, that's interesting. The other day it didn't fuse the two. If it doesn't, and it'll still union both of them. And if you have the line, but when you click on one, everything gets selected, then all you have to do is use the command merge, spell it correctly, coplanar face, right? So what you see up there on the top left, merge coplanar face. And what that's going to do is essentially delete any line work that you have on the surfaces when the objects are unioned together, right? And it's essentially going to make it look like I have it here. Great. So now we have our first floor roof. I can go ahead and select this and come over here and put it in my first floor roof. We do have a small problem. I'm missing a wall portion in here, right? That's not natural ventilation. We actually need to cover that up. Now, we do have a slight problem. We could essentially do the same thing, right? Where we draw the profile. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can click here. The problem is going to be this intersection here. You see how this curve is intersecting this surface? I don't know where that's at, right? Because Rhino isn't picking it up. So what I can do, though, is come over here to my right side view and trace it from my right side view, sort of. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click there. I'm going to zoom in over here and click this intersection point. And then come over here and click. Actually, I can click on this intersection point. I take that back. I should be able to. Nope. I take that back. Oh, well, you know what? Okay, so let me go ahead and show you how I was going to do it, my original plan, but I just came up with a new idea of how we could actually get this done. Nope, never mind. I take that back. We're going to have to go with my original plan. The idea was that, well, we have this inside line, so we could snap there, and we could snap there because we have that intersection point. But the problem is when we go up, we don't have this intersection. This connection that you see here is on the outside of the wall, right? And that's on the inside. So if we try to take this and extrude this, it's going to extrude it at a weird angle, okay? But if I select it and I'm in the right side view, it looks perfectly fine, right? And that's because the line work isn't skewed in a right side view. If we were going to the front view, you could see it being skewed here. However, Rhino does have a command called project to C-plane that will take any set of lines and then it'll just project it onto the C-plane. Okay. Now the C-plane is this grid that you see here, right? So this C-plane or this grid here, it's essentially 0, 0. It's the base, right? It's where everything starts. This is known as the C-plane. There's technically 3 C-planes. There's the one I'm showing you here. Then there's one along the red axis and one along the green axis, right? So there's this. It's just in this perspective mode, they don't show you the C-plane that's going along the green or the one that's on the red. But if we go into the perspective or the respective views, that's where we see them. So what this will do, if I select this curve and we use the command project to C-plane, since I'm in the right side view, it should project it onto the green axis. So, and it's going to project it in this shape. So, but we have to be in the right side view. Let's go to project to C-plane. We'll hit enter. Delete input. I'm going to say no, just in case if this doesn't work. So I'll hit no. And sure enough, there it is. Right, and when we take a look at it, oh, come on. It's straight, right? Like there is no angle. So now I can go ahead and take this, select this, and move it into place. I'm going to turn off my second floor walls and my second floor so I can get a better view of this. I'm going to move this, grab it at this endpoint, and just place it right there where the two intersect. And now I can go ahead and extrude curve. Nope, curve. I'm going to go in right there. I can go ahead and select this set of lines, copy it, and actually, let's go ahead. Let's grab it from this point right inside there. Uh-oh. My zoom tools aren't really working. I have to use the zoom selected, but I'm in here. But if I orbit around, it makes it a bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and place it right there. Now, don't get confused with the original lines that we created. I'm actually going to delete that. I'll select this one and extrude curve. I'm going to come out over here. And then I'll select both of these and move these to my walls first floor walls. And there we have it. Let's go ahead and bring back our second floor walls and our second floor. Okay. And now we have our roofs and we have the wall surfaces that are joined at the bottom. Did we move this? Okay. And so anyways, that's how you do it. Good luck, everyone.